That is just one of the many ways someone can be bullied. Every school faces bullying problems. It is a given that at least once by the time you are out of high school, you will either know someone who has been bullied or you yourself will have been bullied. Our schools tell us that they will handle bullying and they will not tolerate it, but deep down we know it still happens and that they don't do anything to change it. I started kindergarten at Muhlenberg. I also finished senior year at Muhlenberg. For 13 years I traveled from school to school, class to class. I walked from one hallway to another. Each year and each school, the students were told the same thing by every teacher and every principal. Muhlenberg School District had a phrase that they went by. Muhlenberg was a no place for hate. When I was younger, I used to think the school really did care about that and it wouldn't happen until I entered middle school. Middle school is where everything begins. Cliques are formed, and that's basically how bullying starts. One clique just does not appeal to a different clique, and so on and so forth. For a while when I first went into middle school, it seemed like there was a little interest, until the bullying started happening to me and the people I knew. I knew that maybe a few people had cared, but the people I had went to and the people my friends had went to did not seem to care at all. Middle school is hard enough for everybody without having to deal with being bullied. Entering high school was like a light into the future, especially when the motto we lived for was no place for hate. I first felt like high school was a new beginning and that I wouldn't have to deal with everything from the past, which was right for me, but not so much for one of my closest friends. Jillian was not an extremely heavyset girl. She was an average, but she didn't get treated as so. Jillian got bullied to the point that she started starving herself. From late 9th grade, early 10th grade until 12th grade, she lost about 65 pounds. She struggled from anorexia. Jillian had her 18th birthday, and for the first time in 5 years, she was able to eat cake. Bullying made her life a nightmare for roughly late 9th grade year up until 12th grade year. Bullying is a serious issue and needs to be treated as such. It's obvious our schools don't care as much as we think they may, so I think as the students, we need to step up. If you see it, intervene. The students know what really happens in the hallways. They know what happens in the classrooms. We see it on a daily basis. If you see it, stop it. And stand up against the bullies. Don't just stand by and let it happen. You have to be an active bystander. If it gets to the point that it cannot be stopped, then make it more known to a higher power. Tell parents. Tell the school board. Inform the public. Tell teachers who you think would care. Show them, the people who can really change it, what it is like to be in those hallways, what it's like to be in those classrooms, and most of all, what it's like to be in those situations. Show them what goes on when no one else is around, or what only you or a small few see. If that does not work, then there is no choice but for you to truly end it. If you see someone getting bullied, you have the power to stop it. So stand up for someone and stop it. Be the change you wish to see. Be an active bystander.